In the second video of the series, we will be discussing peripheral nerve injury in short. We are not going to give you the details or a lot of logic behind all the tests and everything. We'll just give you a mnemonic, pictorial mnemonic, so that you can easily recall during the exam without wasting too much time. This picture here is the summary of the whole of the topic, and if you remember this, you can solve most of the exam questions. So coming to the topic, nerves of the upper limb, main nerves, median, ulnar and radial. Because these are clinically important, so they are important for exam point of view. Median nerve and ulnar nerve are the confusing ones because both of them supply the volar aspect of forearm and hand. The radial nerve is distinct, supplies the arm and forearm extensor compartment. So it has got different functions and you do not generally will confuse it with other nerves. So coming to the median, it is called Leber's nerve because it supplies the muscles of the forearm, and forearm muscles are used for coarse movements. Remember, median nerve mainly supplies the forearm, doesn't mean that the ulnar will not supply the forearm, and ulnar nerve will supply the hand muscles, doesn't mean that the medial nerve will not supply the hand muscles. Another fact to remember, median nerve is lateral or supplies the lateral part of the forearm or hand, and the ulnar supplies the medial side of the forearm or hand. Okay, so median nerve we know is the forearm nerve, will supply all the muscles of the forearm except those lying on the ulnar side, which are flexor carpi ulnaris and third and fourth flexor digitorum profundus. Got it? There are a lot of muscles you can see in this picture, but you don't need to remember all the muscles. You just remember all the flexors of the forearm, be it flexor carpi radialis, flexor digitorum superficialis, palmaris longus, blah blah, flexor pollicis longus, that's supplied with the median nerve except for FCU and FDP third and fourth. Okay, and in the hand, which is the territory of the ulnar nerve, median nerve supplies the thenar muscles, that is LOF. LOF is a short or acronym for lumbricals, opponens pollicis, abductor pollicis brevis, and flexor pollicis brevis. Okay, so we generally get confused if it's abductor or it's brevis. We remember the mnemonic LOF, but we don't remember the full form. In fact, we call it half LOF. Half means 1 and 2 lumbrical, which means just the first and second lumbrical. O for opponens pollicis, there is no brevis or longus. Opponens pollicis is just one. Abductor and flexor both are brevis because these are thenar muscles arising from thenar and inserting on the pollicis or thumb. So these are not longus, these are brevis muscles. So remember that there is no brevis longus, and abductor and flexor both are brevis. Coming to the ulnar nerve, it's called the musician's nerve because it supplies the muscles of the hand which are responsible for the fine movements, unlike the median nerve. And musicians add to your life, or they are pros. You will see the relevance just now. So in forearm, which is not the territory of ulnar nerve, it will supply only two muscles. All the muscles, be it flexor carpi radialis, are on the radial side, be it the FCR or flexor pollicis longus or the pronators, will be supplied by the median nerve. Only the muscles on the ulnar side, which are the flexor carpi ulnaris, the name suggests, and the third and fourth FDP, will be supplied by the ulnar nerve. So how do you remember FDP third or fourth, or FDS third or fourth is supplied by ulnar nerve? Just now I told you about the pro thing. Musicians are pro, so ulnar nerve will be supplying profundus, not the superficialis. Coming to hand, ulnar nerve will supply all the muscles, be it the interossei, hypothenar muscles, adductor pollicis, except for LOF, and you know what LOF is. Now we will get confused between adductor pollicis and abductor pollicis brevis. Ulnar will add to the life because musicians add to the life. So adductor pollicis, ulnar nerve, abductor will be median nerve. Simple. We will revise it. So for now, median nerve will supply all the muscles of the forearm except for FCU and FDP third and fourth, FDP P for pro, And in hand, ulnar nerve will supply all except the lobe, lumbricals, opponens pollicis, abductor because adductor is by ulnar nerve, and flexor pollicis brevis. Coming to the radial nerve, it's pretty simple. Supplies all the muscles of the arm, be it triceps or brachioradialis, extensor carpi radialis longus, and the forearm. In the forearm, radial nerve, the important thing to remember is that in the forearm extensor compartment, it gives out PIN, the posterior interosseous nerve branch, and that will supply the extensor group of muscles. Okay. And only the extensor carpi radialis longus, ECRL, is supplied directly by the radial nerve above the elbow joint, and rest all extensors are supplied by the PIN. Coming to the test, we will be solving the concept behind this test. For median nerve, you can test the flexors because it supplies the FDS and FDP 1 and 2. FDP 3 and 4 are supplied by the ulnar nerve. So the pointing index, the Kilonevin sign, Benedict sign, Osner clasp. I think all of you know the concept and the logic behind this test. And in median, you can also test the abductor function because adductor is for the one that adds to the life, musicians, ulnar. So abductor, you have pen test and the ape thumb because there's loss of abductor function. Ape thumb is the attitude and pen test is the test for median nerve. I hope you know the difference between attitude and the test. Ulnar nerve, you can remember by few C's. F for Froment, E for Igawa test, W for Wardenberg sign, C is for card test, another C is for crossing or scissoring, and the main C is clawing. I hope you know the tests. Coming to the radial, you can either have a wrist drop, whole of the wrist is drop if radial nerve is injured, and if only PIN is injured, then you spare ECRL. If you remember, ECRL was not supplied by the PIN but directly by the radial nerve. So you have the extension of the carpi radialis possible, and brachioradialis was also okay. So main extensor of the wrist, it's spared, and you will have problem with the extension of fingers only, not the wrist. It will be finger drop, PIN, FIN drop. And this is all. You see the summary here. It summarizes everything that we just learned. Give it some time, look at the picture and deduct or just infer whatever you can. First thing that comes to mind that this is an ape who is wearing a pope cap and is holding a loaf of bread, in fact half a loaf of bread. It is having a mark on the forehead in the center, the median. So which means it's about the median nerve, and this mark is made with a pen that will come on to later. And this ape is holding half loaf of bread, which means first and second lumbricals and the opponens pollicis and the abductor pollicis brevis and the flexor pollicis brevis, all of these are supplied by the median nerve. Okay, so this is a pope, so you can remember that Benedict sign is associated with median nerve. Pointing index, as you see in the yellow arrow, is associated with median nerve. Ape sign or simian thumb is for median nerve. Pen test, mark is done with the pen, so the pen test, median nerve. This guy is holding on to something, clasping onto something. The index is still pointing out, so this is Osner's clasp test as well. And then he is holding a kilo heavy something in his right hand, so this is Kilonevin sign as well. And we have already talked about the Benedict sign. This is all about the median nerve, all the tests of the median nerve. So remember this picture. If you remember the median nerve, you don't need to remember the ulnar, rest of all will be ulnar, and radial is totally distinct. So I hope this really helped you. Video cleared your dots, and this is something that will help you in exams as well. Happy learning. If you have any queries, just post in the comment box and subscribe. Thank you.